Fed up. Not worth it. This just ain't for me. This is just who I am and I've come to terms with it. Sound familiar? Yeah, me too. I've whimpered those words in front of a mirror after another failed attempt at dieting. My name is Justin Canning and I spent my entire young life as overweight and obese. And I spent the last 15 years understanding how to keep that weight off and helping countless other people do it as well. The first tip every golf coach gives is don't move your head. Why? Because literally everyone moves their head. And that's true for everything. The vast majority of people get tripped up in the same things. The truth is there's a lot of mistakes that every beginner is going to make. But good news, you're right where you belong. Because in this video I'm going to lay them out for you so that you can avoid them in your own journey. Mistake number 1, calories are too low. Most beginners, including myself, have no real understanding of nutrition. All they know is they have to eat less. What ends up happening is they hear everyone around them saying to eat less or eat salads. They end up taking in way too few calories. When you are heavily overweight and you're taking in highly processed foods, you could be consuming 3,000 plus calories a day without even realizing it. And now all of a sudden you're on a diet, taking in around 1,100 calories a day, your body doesn't even know what hit it. The amygdala is the part of the brain that creates food cravings. And this is very powerful. Those cravings will consume your thoughts and eventually you'll give in and end up binging everything in your cupboards. The solution to this problem is track your calories. That's why I think everyone should use the MyFitnessPal app. Most people can't look at a plate and guesstimate how many calories are on there. On this app, you can quickly enter them in and know exactly what you're taking. And this pays dividends. Because say it's a Saturday night and you look at your app and you realize you've only taken in 1,200 calories today, and the maintenance calories you need to sustain your current weight is 2,400 calories. Subtract the 500 that we're trying to be in a deficit, and now you have 700 calories to work with. So you can enjoy that glass of wine or that bowl of popcorn with your movie. Mistake number 2, looking over the fence. This is why I stress to everyone, run your own race. If you get caught up watching your friend's journey, who's 6 months or even 2 years ahead of yours, and you base your results on them, that'll ultimately ruin you. I've actually seen this a lot with couples who try to lose weight together, which should be great, right? Because there's power in numbers. They're usually on similar journeys and should be expecting the same results, but we cannot choose where we lose fat from. And typically women lose weight first from their legs and their hips, while men it's from our bellies and our face. And losing weight from the face gives the illusion to others that you're losing weight faster. But this is not the case, you're just seeing the tip of the iceberg. And if you get stuck looking at others' results, that'll start to cause a real rift. What you should really do is reframe it and be like, wow, what great results. Process works. I bet if I stick to my journey, I'll be seeing similar results in a few months or years. And this is especially true when you're seeing people on social media. Yes, you see their great update photos, but you didn't see them stressing out for the bad bloat they had a few days earlier, which is normal for all of us. And when you're only seeing glamour shots, but you're comparing that to the image you see in the mirror every day, and the slow change you're seeing in yourself, that will end up eating away at your self-belief and ruin your discipline. Number 3, listening to too many people. When I was really heavy, everyone and their dog had tips for me. Everyone seemed to know the solution to my problem. The funny thing is, everyone's solution was different. And after 15 years of learning about fitness and nutrition, I look back and realize that less than half said anything of any real value. And even in my own journey, things that were true science have been proven to be false. So when these people come to you with advice, I just want you to realize that they're giving you advice because they care about you and they want to see you succeed. But take it for what it is, unsolicited advice. So take the parts that speak to you and forget the rest, because even the experts differ. Number 4, not having a defined end date. Something I've learned about myself over the years is that I'm most effective when I have a time domain around my goals. Whether it's losing weight for a beach vacation or preparing to run a marathon. When you don't have the leeway to procrastinate, you're so much more effective. Because that date is coming whether you prepare or not. So choose a family vacation or a holiday or a graduation, the day you get home from university, a friend's wedding, anything that's going to motivate you to want to look your best. But make sure you choose it with enough time to see real changes. Minimum of 90 days. And get to work. Pro tip, with any deadline comes pressure. Pressure gets you out of your comfort zone. The goal here is not to quit when you fall off your horse, because you'll have several bad days. You just don't want those bad days to bleed into the next, because it can compound quickly. Because if you can be your best for 80% of the time, the other 20% will just work itself out in the wash. And finally, number 5, quitting at plateaus. I warn everyone about this one, because it hits us all like a ton of bricks. Because whenever you start something new, there's a ton of motivation, which creates a lot of excitement. And what ends up happening is when we start any new diet, we typically end up dropping a lot of weight up front, which is great, and it excites us. and it starts to create this positive reward loop. But the problem with this is we start to expect these drastic changes to continue. And you can even start thinking, wow, this is way easier than I thought it was going to be. But the problem is when we restrict calories, especially if we drastically restrict them, the body starts to think that food is scarce and will go into a starvation state. The body will start doing everything it can to hold on to the weight it has. And this is typically when everyone starts panicking because that number on the scale that was dropping so drastically is now at a standstill. And unfortunately, this is where most people end up quitting on their diets. But trust me, this levee will break. Your body will submit and the changes will be drastic. This is where you got to trust the process and know that the things you're doing are the right things and that they will pay off. And surpassing these plateaus will do more for your mental strength than you will ever know. Because you faced adversity and you overcame. Remember, the journey is not linear. There are peaks and valleys. But if you keep your head down and keep moving forward, one day you'll look back and see the vast distance that you've covered. Trust me, I've done it, and you can too. If you have any comments about what we spoke about today, please leave them below. And if you got anything from this video, please give it a like. It helps to get it out to others who are looking to start their weight loss journey as well.